Welcome into Jags A.M., another glorious Victory Monday in Duval County. We welcome you in. I'm Kainani Stevens, Brian Sexton, John Oehser with me today. We're going to talk about another Jaguars win. This one was a tough one, but they got it done against the Colts on the road as we near the end of the regular season. Let's get into our big things today, brought to you by GEHA, Government Employees Health Association. Big thing number one is a dozen. This team gets to a dozen wins for the first time in quite a while, and Liam Cohen says a lot of it goes about taking things one game at a time.
We haven't really talked a ton about goals, about the division, playoffs, conference, Super Bowl. We have not had any of those conversations as a team, not really on purpose, more so just because you're really trying to focus on getting better, because there's so much to coach off of every week for us. And even through a lot of wins, we're able to coach off a lot of stuff, and keeping the mindset pretty singular on 1-0 each week. That's just been the mindset and mentality that these guys have had, and I've appreciated that, and we fed off of each other that way.
Took 1 week at a time, and they finally got to 12 wins, Brian. Then this win streak continues to roll on.
20 years since they were last a 12-win team. And listen, coaches don't think the way I'm about to talk, but I did not expect them to have a dozen wins on the season. John, I thought 9 was probably a huge lift for Liam and his staff in the first year. To be where they are right now, coaches won't ever say this because they're always focused on where they are and getting the job done. But the people who are watching the show, the people who are Jaguars fans, the people in the business side of this equation couldn't have expected it to be where it is right now. It's so much fun at this time of the year to be where this team is, and it's gratifying to see what Liam Cohen has done, because I think you recall a meeting in the spring that we were all in where he talked about what he was going to do, and he's done it.
Yeah, they may not have thought about 12 wins because they don't think that way. If you had made them think that way, they wouldn't have come up with 12 as the number, I don't think. Look, yesterday was a remarkable way to get to 12 wins. I think fans of this team are now starting to see again what it's like to be a good team and how you have to get there. They had four straight 14-point or more wins. In the NFL, you don't kneel at the end of every game, and you're not playing your walk-ons. Sometimes they're hard, and yesterday was hard, but they got there. And getting ones like this is what eventually gets you into the playoffs, where you can peak and maybe start really going.
Let's go to our second big thing, which is runaways. We talked about some of the frustration in that game yesterday, some costly turnovers and just frustration in general on both sides of the football and complimentary football for the Jaguars as a whole. Trevor Lawrence, though, got 2 rushing touchdowns, which was good enough to help the team get a win. Trevor talked a little bit about the frustration and battling through.
Yeah, a ton of frustration. Not now, I guess, because you win, and that's what you have to enjoy the wins, because that's you put in all this work to win games, and it's not always pretty. And I think it can be looked at as a positive. Is last few weeks we've been in control of a lot of these games and haven't necessarily had to just go win it at the end. And today we had to do that. It's a tight game. We had to make some plays. Defense had to have some huge stops, and they did it. So I think it's all good for your team to learn and grow, and obviously more fun to learn and grow from wins.
John, it was frustrating to watch at times, I will admit. But yes, it is a lot easier to learn from a win, so we can talk about a W and the things to work on, not just a loss.
Well, I'll go away from Trevor for a second. The Colts are up 3-0 in the first half, and then Rivers throws the ball down the middle of the field. The Jaguars defend, it bounces into the air, and the Colts caught the ball for a first down and went in and scored. Right then I said this is going to be one of those games where nothing quite went right for the Jaguars. And then the Colts got breaks, and all of a sudden you're playing uphill a little bit. I thought what was impressive, Brian, was once they had to play uphill, they got back into it. And then in the second half, you always felt like they had a little bit of an edge. They got it tied, and they were up 3, and the Colts never were able to get that advantage. When you're in the division on the road, I think Liam said it in the rah-rah speech after the game, guys, this is what it takes to win on the road in the division. They're never easy, Brian.
No, they're not. And by the way, just a kudos to the guy who caught that ball on the ground. Providence is Will Mallory, the son of Mike Mallory, longtime Jaguar special teams coordinator. I said the exact same thing. Oh, it's going to be one of those days. And we talked about the Colts. There's enough weapons there. Phillip Rivers may have been a statue, but I mean, Alec Pierce and Jonathan Taylor and what they can do with Josh Downs and Michael Pittman. We knew it was going to be a dogfight. And then I think people maybe forgot. The Jags had that emotional, powerful win in Denver. And then 2 days of your week, Kai, are caught up with Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And then you're going on the road to a team that has Phillip Rivers playing for them, and they are trying to have a positive end of the season. They feel like this is probably that last stand they've got. So it was going to take everything you had and some things to go right. And just one more thing. The complimentary football thing, John, we've seen that for 6 or 7 weeks. Yesterday, we didn't. Special teams gives up the long kickoff return. Then the defense holds. And then the offense drives down the field and turns the ball over. Third quarter, same thing. Get the touchdown to go ahead. Then you give up the long return. And then the defense gives up the 18-yard play and the pass interference. It wasn't in sync, but they still won. Kai, that's the biggest part of it. They still won on a day that everything wasn't in sync like it had been, the sign of a really good team.
A win is a win is a win. Our final big thing is going to be, I'll take that, because we talk about some of the errors, mistakes made. They made the plays late when they needed to, whether it was Jarian Jones getting a turnover or some timely plays or just the coaching at the end when they figure things out. Brian, there was some frustration, but also the takeaways when they needed it and coming up with that big play is part of battling through when you're not playing your best.
You know, and I don't think we can overlook this story. We can't overhype this. Last year, the defense created 8 takeaways, and special teams gave them a 9th. That's it. Bottom of the barrel in the league. Do you realize the Jaguars now have 30 takeaways, which puts them in elite company in Jaguars history. The 99, the 2007, and the 2017 teams are the only teams that have more than 30. They have 21 interceptions on the season. Second most in the league, John, and tied for the most with that 2017 defense that was so good in Jaguars history. The things that they have done by taking the ball away, creating short fields and extra possessions, changing the momentum of the game as Jarian Jones has done the last 2 weeks in the fourth quarter. What an exceptional job Anthony Campanile and this defense have done in taking a weakness, maybe one of the weakest spots of this team last year, and turning it into one of the strongest points this year.
Yeah, and credit to them, because they said early on they were going to stop the run, and they've been the best in the NFL at stopping the run. And when you stop the run, what happens? You're in third and long, you're in long distance, and long distance situations are where you get takeaways. So, it's easy sometimes for people to look at a defense that gets a lot of takeaways and say, well, there's a little luck involved. Can you keep that up? Where there's not luck involved is stopping the run, which gets you there. So, again, I think yesterday the defensive performance, even though it's against Rivers, shouldn't be overlooked. They got a lot of big stops, gave up 200 yards, got takeaways. Good game for the defense on Sunday.
Kept Jonathan Taylor in check as well, so very impressive from the defense. Stay with us here on Jags A.M. We're going to look at the highlights after the break.
Frank Frangie here. When you think of barbecue in Jacksonville, it's got to be Bono's Pit Barbecue. For over 75 years, Bono's has been smoking Jacksonville's favorite barbecue. You can find Bono's locations all around town and on game day at Everbank Stadium, because Bono's is the official barbecue of the Jacksonville Jaguars. So go to bonosbarbecue.com or call their fantastic catering department at 904-332-7427. That's 904-332-7427. And remember, if you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Jaguars tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Jaguars.
It's game time, Jaguars fans. This season, feed your fandom with the Jaguars sub from Publix, the official supermarket of your Jacksonville Jaguars. Sink your teeth into crispy chicken tenders, boar's head bacon, melted cheddar, sweet coleslaw, and smoky barbecue mayo, all stacked on a fresh white roll. Taste the hype only at Jacksonville Publix locations. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Jacksonville's own Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jaguars, just scored big, winning 2025 National Builder of the Year. And right now, Dreamfinders is running its best game plan yet, offering winning interest rate incentives and move-in ready homes available today. With 20-plus communities right here in Jacksonville and over 40 across Florida, from Jacksonville to Orlando to Tampa, Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to be. Visit dreamfindershomes.com and move into your dream home today.
Huddle up, My Gate Rewards members. Football is back. Celebrate with the Duval Meal Deal at Gate. Right now, grab a personal pizza and any 20-ounce Coca-Cola soft drink for just $4.99. No matter what combo you choose, this meal's the perfect play. Happening now through January 5th, 2026. See store for details. A deal that's a victory for every fan. Gates got you.
Chelsea here. Ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors before the new year? During Renewal by Anderson's December sales event, buy one, get one 40% off. And with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months, it's never been easier to say yes. Renewal by Anderson's Acclaim Impact windows are built for Florida, designed to help you save on energy bills while keeping your home comfortable year-round. Offer ends December 31st. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com. License number CGC 1527613.
Jags fans, if you want customized Jaguars furniture for your home, check out zipchair.com to browse all the customizable options. Zipchair is furniture for fans.
Disappointing, especially when you look at the way we were moving the ball and executing a lot of good things. You look at that first couple drives, he checked out a zero against zero blitz a number of times and hit big plays. And I thought Trevor was seeing it very well. He was getting us in and out of the right plays. We just kind of tricked it off in the red zone a few times. So frustrating, can't do it. We were 7 of 14 on third down and 2 of 5 in the red zone. So that's typically, we've been better in those situations, especially the red zone recently, and today we weren't.
Welcome back into Jags A.M. That's head coach Liam Cohen talking a little bit about some of those red zone turnovers that were costly yesterday. But let's get right into the highlights, because why not? Because things were a little choppy right off the gate, and it was one of those days where, John, you mentioned, Brian, you too, that you kind of felt it right out of the gate. And John, is this one of those plays where if it works, it's really cool, and then it didn't work, so it looks a little silly?
Yeah, I mean, I think from watching the game this morning, it would have been a lot cleaner. Travis kind of got bumped at the line of scrimmage, which I think threw off Jacoby's timing, trying to get him the ball. Look, I got some emails from people. That's silly. I hate that. And I was thinking, those people probably like the 25 points a game for 8 games leading into this. And that's the sort of aggressive play. You can say it's trickery, but this offense is all about attacking and about getting guys in situations to win. That was trying to get Travis in a situation where he's one-on-one over on the left side of the field, and he wins that. So I didn't have a problem with it. You're going after it.
I didn't either, because the creativity with which Liam works has been praised so strongly in recent weeks, the way he designed plays. They ran this on the practice field last week, and they ran it to perfection. I may be reading too much into it. You mentioned that Travis got bumped at the line of scrimmage. He also appeared, as the ball was coming, to lift his head to look down the field. I thought he took his eyes off the ball. And it's just that little subtle thing. If he gets that ball cleanly, I think he scores. I think he just races around the corner, and then everybody is praising Liam once again. So the aggressiveness with Liam is not going to stop, and I don't want it to. It's one of the big reasons, Kai, why they've won 12 games.
Absolutely. Led to a Colts touchdown, so Jags got down a little bit early. Then Trevor gets his first rushing touchdown of the day. It was a little frustrating to see kind of, I felt like Liam talked a little bit about this, felt like everything was going right on the offense, and then, things weren't quite getting there, but Trevor still has the ability to run when he needs to, and faked out the linebacker there, too.
9 rushing touchdowns on the year.
Yeah, and it was 0 passing touchdowns and interception yesterday, so the stat line doesn't look the same. I actually came out of this game with more confidence than I had the last few weeks that he's getting it, because there was nothing yesterday that made me think he wasn't seeing the field. He was making throws. even the interception late in the first half. I think the read was right. It was Parker and a linebacker. He is playing at a really high level. Won the game yesterday. I think you can forget worrying about, is this a one-off? Is this whatever? He's borderline in that elite group, and I think he showed it again yesterday with the control of the offense Liam talked about.
Well, listen, he ripped a couple throws, Kai, over the outstretched fingers of a safety and a linebacker and put the ball right on target. The one to Parker in the end zone wasn't, but overall you still see a guy who's lifting his team.
Well, put it this way, like in the offseason, right? Like we got a long way to go for the offseason. Yeah. Is there any doubt
good, by the way,
that you look at this guy and say, they can build around that?
Oh, none.
And, a year ago you didn't have that. So, again, still out of all the storylines, 12 wins is great. They've got a quarterback for a long time, and it sets this franchise up well for a long time. And I believe that more than I did even last week.
Talked a little bit about this end zone pick already, but I think what was interesting is he hasn't thrown one in such a long time, right? Brian, I mean, that was more... Yeah, we've seen it in the past, and this was, you trust your guy Parker, you think you can go get it, but he hasn't thrown one in so many weeks.
No, listen, you saw the one in Cincinnati in week 2, and then he had the one in Vegas right after the bye week, and then the one was tipped in Arizona. He's made great decisions with the ball, and that was a play that they beat Jermaine Pratt on in the first game here. And the ball just wasn't placed right. And credit to Pratt. He watched the tape too, and he saw a chance to make a play. I didn't love it, but I didn't mind it as much because he's been saying, let it rip. And John, if you're going to play the way he's playing, you're going to have interceptions. It's just a measure of a great quarterback that they're willing to keep throwing the ball, and he is.
Well, also, in the NFL now, it's not like it was when I was a kid where you threw to open receivers.
No.
You throw to receivers in this situation. I've got Parker on a linebacker.
Yeah.
That's a matchup advantage. How many times your quarterback say, I'm going to put the ball in position to have my guy go make a play? Well, when you're throwing into that, every once in a while you're going to be a touch off with the throw, or the receiver's not going to be able to get back around him. Very few quarterbacks, even the great ones, have gotten through their careers with 400 touchdowns and no interceptions. It's rare for that to happen.
By the way, they've only lost one game, that Bengals game, where he threw an interception in the end zone, so he kept battling, and they found a way to win.
Didn't lose any confidence in one of his number one guys, Parker Washington, as well, because Parker, once again, had a great day. And just seeing that connection build, I mean, he's really become, I know we used to call Christian Kirk kind of the safety blanket for him, but now feels like he has that connection with Parker Washington.
Well, and he's the leading receiver in both catches and yards. Who would have thought? Now, it's not like he's that much further ahead than everyone else, but it speaks to how he has carved a place for himself in this offense, and the quarterback trusts him as much as he trusts Jacoby Myers.
Yeah, I think he's made out of rubber. In the first half, when he caught that ball and he's 8 feet in the air, he gets bounced, he gets flipped, and he bounces up like nothing happened. I can't say that I expected him to be this good, but he is showing week after week. There's nothing fluky about Parker Washington.
Nope.
You compare him to Christian Kirk, I'm not sure that compares. I think he's surpassing what Christian ever did in this team. And I love Christian Kirk, don't get me wrong. But, his productivity, and as dangerous as he is when he catches the ball, he's turned into a real weapon.
I really thought Christian Kirk had great vision. He could see what was in front of him, and that's what I'm noticing from Parker. We've seen the athleticism, we've seen the hands,
it's grown.
We've seen the speed. We're now seeing his vision and how he found that cutback lane, and he's found others this year and made a play from a play.
I've talked to Parker about this too before, because I feel like at first when he was starting out on special teams and maybe earlier in his career, he had to learn as things went along, and he's very appreciative of, whether it's Heath Farwell on special teams or his coaching and coordinators now, letting him learn, because sometimes it's painful, sometimes it doesn't look good. There was times when he was doing punt returns and we were like, what are you doing? Yeah. And now you're like, oh, he's working it out, and he gets it now. And the ability for him to make explosive plays on this team has really been maybe not underrated, but a huge part of the success they've seen the past couple of weeks.
And again, back to a point we've hit on the last 3 or 4 weeks, but it really feels truer now. Remember 6 weeks ago you didn't know who was going to catch the ball for this team?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or not 6, that's wrong, but 7 or 8
before the break, yeah.
Weeks ago. Now you have Parker, BTJ, Brenton Strange,
Jacoby
Myers. I mean, and you're not worried when you throw Tim Patrick in there.
Oh, Oh, and by the way, you're going to get Travis Hunter back next year. I mean, imagine if you had him on the field right now as well.
It is an incredible job of actually seeing your personnel for what it is, rather than what you thought it was going to be, and then maximizing that. They made what was clearly a weakness in September a strength of the offense. It's one of the stories of this season.
Since we're on it, we were asked the question, I'm sure you guys were too, about the Jacoby Myers trade and where it fits in Jaguars history. And I thought that you had to look at Marcel Darius in 2017 when the Jaguars traded with Buffalo for him and recognize what he did to lift that defense to another level. I think you can now say that this trade is the equal, or because it involves the quarterback, maybe the best trade in Jaguars history.
Absolutely. Seems to really have unlocked a lot of different things for them on the offensive side of the ball. Let's take a little look late. We talked about Liam. He's always going to be aggressive and go for it. Went for it on 4th down. John, I know you're not always a fan of going for it. Would you have taken the points here, or did you agree?
Going for it here?
The one they didn't get.
I think Liam said it afterward. Probably should have kicked it, but you have Fields' position. This is the way the league plays now. And I think he said it after the game. Yeah, in that situation, maybe. But he also wants this team to learn that we are going to dictate what happens in control situations with our offense. So I think if these decisions were willy-nilly, Brian, it'd be different.
Right.
But it's clearly a philosophical approach. This is what we're going to be, guys. We're going to pick up first downs in this situation.
Well, Liam talked last week as they were getting ready to go to Denver about one-on-one matchups and winning them. And you had a rookie center in Jonah Monheim against Grover Stewart. And he needed the rookie center to win that one-on-one, and he didn't. I'm not saying that play was a failure just because of him, but that's one of the decisions you have to make. You trust your guy, and he sent a strong message. I don't care whether you're a rookie center or Robert Hainsey, I'm going to trust you to make the play. So in that sense, I think this doesn't hurt. And of course, they didn't lose, so it didn't.
Also remember, at this point, there is a little bit of game awareness involved. The Colts were really not moving the ball very well. They had 200 yards offense. They had 2 long kick returns that got them points. So your percentage of being able to stop them and get back in it made this less risky than had you been playing a team like the 49ers or the Bears last night, where they're scoring every possession. I think maybe there may have been a different, maybe a little safer than first look.
Well, just to back that up, he went for it on 4th down there at the end of the game, and Trevor did find the seam and did get the 3 yards. So it's consistent with who he is and how he wants to play. And, we saw him make a decision based on not taking the penalty, based on game management and time as well.
And that's exactly what we're talking about when we see big plays from the defense where you don't get it on 4th down, come back, Jarian Jones gets an interception. And John, we talked a little bit about Jordan Lewis being lost for the season during pregame radio and what a loss that is. But Jarian Jones' ascension this year, I think, has been more than we would have expected.
Yeah, I can't remember if I wrote it or I was just thinking it last week. But Jarian, his ascension, where in years past, if you lose a guy like Jordan Lewis, there's a hole. There's really not a hole there right now.
No.
And I think it's a credit to Jordan Lewis, who we all know is a veteran who has really worked with Jarian. I think it's also a credit to Jarian because they brought in Jordan Lewis to play his spot.
Yeah.
And that could have bothered a lot of guys, and Jarian has played his way into, he's established much more confidence than they had in him in OTAs and training camp. And he's made 2 plays. Do they win these last 2 games without his picks?
No. Well, I can't say the Broncos
maybe.
game.
I mean,
but he turned. He sealed the Broncos game, and he turned this one.
And you felt bad for him because he probably should have scored. He was an inch away from scoring, and him talking about a pick 6 after a game would be fun.
I would find that enjoyable. Yes.
Everything's fun with him. Just a thought. He's a guy who was here last year, and they've got him playing at a higher level. How about Antonio Johnson? Right? He's got 4 interceptions. Devin Lloyd has 5. Monteric Brown, by my account, had 4 PBUs yesterday, passes broken up. The way that the secondary has risen, despite the injuries at various times, and they're getting production. You mentioned Jordan Lewis and Eric Murray, but they're getting production from guys who were here. It just speaks volumes to the coaching staff and the way that they have taken what they had and made something special out of it. And Jarian Jones is a glaring example of it.
And just a little more credit to the defense getting the stops at the end that they needed to win this game, because we talked we're talking about the secondary, but also the line and what they've been able to do. And I know Phillip Rivers isn't running all around, but getting a sack and then getting a stop late in this game when it was important. You needed it.
It's what this defense has been doing. They've been shutting the door earlier in recent games, but late in yesterday's game.
Yeah, and we probably won't show it because unless they're from 70, field goals are boring. But credit to Cam Little.
Absolutely.
They're down 17-14 yesterday, and he hits 3 field goals. We tend to think of 53 as a gimme. It's not. His last field goal was not a gimme. If he misses that, you're, at the 50 with 18 seconds to go?
Yeah.
They have a kicker too. So I joke with Cam every now and then that obviously they never talk about his field goals when they're in. So credit to him for nailing those 3 in the second half, because that was a come-from-behind field goal game.
He set the bar too high for himself.
Yeah.
Now we have high expectations, and I think those are good things for him because it's been great to see.
Well, we saw over the weekend, in the Texans game.
Yeah.
Good kickers missing big kicks that cost games. Cam Little didn't yesterday. Nope.
Absolutely. Stay with us. We're going to give you our hot takes when we come back after the break on Jags A.M.
Jacksonville's own Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jaguars, just scored big, winning 2025 National Builder of the Year. And right now, Dreamfinders is running its best game plan yet, offering winning interest rate incentives and move-in ready homes available today. With 20-plus communities right here in Jacksonville and over 40 across Florida, from Jacksonville to Orlando to Tampa, Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to be. Visit DreamfindersHomes.com and move into your dream home today.
I'm Foye Oluwakim from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Driving distracted or under the influence is dangerous for you, and it's dangerous for everyone on the road around you. Ride with Do Not Disturb. That call, text, or social media message can wait. Choose your music before you turn the ignition. Anytime your eyes are not on the road ahead, you're distracted, so pay attention. Remember, drive high equals DUI. Plan ahead. Have a designated driver or get a ride home. Keep a clear head to see clear ahead, and let's get everyone home safely.
The stadium bathroom line. It's like TSA and the DMV merged in the waters of rush hour traffic, and you're in it. No closer to the bathroom than you were 5 minutes ago. Just closer to, well, going to the bathroom. You know what actually takes a minute? Pre-ordering an Uber so no one drives impaired after the game. Take a minute, make a plan. Never drive impaired. Go to takeaminutenow.com from Diageo, Mad, Uber, and the NFL. Please drink responsibly.
It's game time, Jaguars fans. This season, feed your fandom with the Jaguars sub from Publix, the official supermarket of your Jacksonville Jaguars. Wow. Sink your teeth into crispy chicken tenders, boar's head bacon, melted cheddar, sweet coleslaw, and smoky barbecue mayo, all stacked on a fresh white roll. Taste the hype only at Jacksonville Publix locations. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
The moment you drop off donations at a North Florida Goodwill, your things start new lives. A donated jersey helps someone suit up for success through education and training. A pair of old cleats helps a job seeker step confidently into new career opportunities. Every donation fuels Goodwill's mission to provide education, training, and career opportunities, removing barriers to employment and building brighter futures across our community. To find your nearest donation center and learn more, visit GoodwillNorthFL.org. Goodwill, where your things start new lives. Before you break ground on any project, make sure to call 811 before you dig. Sunshine 811 is a free service to have underground utility lines marked before digging. For projects of all sizes, creating a game plan can save you time and money. Skipping the call could mean accidentally hitting underground utility lines, which can lead to injuries, expensive repairs, fines, and even service outages in your neighborhood. Let's keep everyone safe. Dial or click ahead. Find out more at peoplesgas.com/811.
Welcome back to Jags A.M. brought to you by Firehouse Subs as we have your hot takes for you today.
I'll just say we have all the confidence in ourselves that when we play well and we execute, we can beat anybody. So, and that's all you can ask for. Who cares? Who thinks who's the best team? This, that. We'll get to prove it. Come next week, first of all, and then in the playoffs. We'll all get our shot at one another, and you keep winning, you keep playing. So, don't really have an answer for that, but I know we have a lot of confidence in our locker room.
There you go, Jags fan. Trevor Lawrence asked if the Jags are the best team in the AFC. He says, I don't really care.
I love it.
Yeah, they're right in there. I mean, and that's what I think any team in the AFC right now, there's 7 in that group. It looks like you know who's going to make it. I'd say all of them could be the best team. It's wide open.
That's why we play the games. Brian, what is your hot take for
All
us
right, do you want to
today?
clap me on the back and pat me for being right? But you might remember in September, my hot take was that the Jaguars...
We're pulling receipts. Let's go.
Well, yeah, right. The Jaguars defense was going to join the 1999, 2007, and 2017 teams as having 30 takeaways. They had 13 in the first 4 games, and so I went out on a limb with a hot take and said they're going to get 30, and they've got 30. So with that, I say that they're going to get 3 on Sunday against Cam Ward, the rookie quarterback, and they are going to tie the 2017 team for most takeaways in Jaguars history. It's a reach because Cam Ward has 8 touchdowns and only 2 interceptions in the last 4 games when he's played so well. He's been very careful with the ball. In fact, the last 3 weeks, he has 6 touchdowns and no interceptions. But I just think that this Jaguars defense is opportunistic. They've proven it all year. And I say they're going to go out on Sunday and get 3 takeaways, maybe 4, and be the team that is the most takeaways in Jaguars history a year after having only 9.
I'm really surprised. You're usually so humble.
Well, sitting next to you will do that to me.
It's been impressive. That has clearly been a defining trait. And I think what has been impressive is what you're talking about. There's been teams year around that start off with hot takeaways. And then teams figure out, okay, that's what they do, and it's hard to keep that going. And the Jaguars haven't kept up that pace, but if you think about since even that stretch, they've gotten them at key times. They've gotten them in big moments. And they have established themselves as a team that's good at that, not just a team that started that way hot. I went a little more general. This game was not as impressive score-wise as the last 4, but I thought it was as good considering the circumstances. It's really easy to forget how hard it is going on the road in the division and beating a team a second time, because this team, what worked 3 weeks ago often doesn't work as well the next time around. And especially yesterday, once you got a couple of breaks against you early and you're playing uphill, it's hard to get back the way they did. They sort of climbed the ladder back into it and then stabilized and still weren't getting easy stuff. The more ways you can win, and they're showing they can win that way too. And it's the sign of a really mature, good team.
Well, they hadn't had a close win in a month, right? They'd had a 14-point lead for the entire 4th quarter of the last 3 games. So this, to me, felt like one of those games. You know, Houston sharpened them. I think we all can agree they haven't lost since. This is the kind of game that can give them a little edge. It can bring them back. It can get them ready, because close games are the order of the day when you get into the playoffs.
And it was a close game where you didn't need a miracle. Like the Raiders and the Cardinals both sort of felt, those are the last 2 close wins, they both sort of felt hectic, like, you know, it was going to be a coin flip, whatever happened at the end. This one, when they got that lead and got control of it, it sort of kept control and kept sort of strangling and eventually sort of wore them out. So I thought this one was an impressive NFL win. I interrupted you.
No, you're good. I think I'm on the same page with you guys. This is what I call a gut check kind of win, because when we talk about the way they have been winning has been by blowing teams out. You go to on road to take on the Broncos, a huge high. This was an opportunity for, you know, Christmas comes by, trap game vibes. When you start looking ahead, you've clinched a playoff spot, and you come out, you don't look great, and all those kind of weird, wonky plays are going against you. That is a game that can easily slip away, but that's when you need to kind of reflect, go back into this and be like, no, we're going to find a way to win this game. John, you and I talk a lot about when you watch good teams, they aren't always playing their best, but they find a way to win, and that's what we saw them do on the road against a divisional opponent in a tough spot, in a game that they needed to kind of continue and hopefully get a win in the AFC South. And when you look going into the playoffs, the most dangerous teams to me are the teams that are playing like this right now. So us and the Houston Texans. Are they winning pretty all the time? Absolutely not. Are they finding a way to do it? Yes. Those are the teams that are dangerous to me. The Patriots have a very not easy schedule, but they've played against some lighter opponents as of recent. So when you go up against some of the best and you see what your team is going to look like, whether it's the Texans going against the Chargers or the Jags taking on the Broncos, you know what your team has and you find a way to win. And that's the team I want to be backing when you head into the postseason. So that's my hot take for us today. And I don't know if that's blazing hot, but I was happy to see them kind of get that gut check and find a way to win.
Listen, the moment that you have where you can get into the room and teach, and really teach hard, Heath Farwell, his special teams units have been outstanding all year long. He's probably been looking for a moment like this. Not that he wanted to give up 2 50-yard returns, but man, he can really go in there and grind. And these guys, he can expect that these guys will respond.
Yeah, for Jaguars fans, think about yesterday's game like this. How many years, last 15 years, have you watched a team like the Patriots or the Chiefs, and in December you see them down early on your score tracker, and you're like, you're going to figure out a way to win that.
Yeah.
And you look up and they've won 20-13, and nobody really knows how. Jaguars are turning into one of those teams. And when you watch them, it can be very stressful, but that's how you get there.
Stay with us. We'll tell you what's coming up the rest of the week as we enter the final week of the regular season.
Jacksonville's own Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jaguars, just scored big, winning 2025 National Builder of the Year. And right now, Dreamfinders is running its best game plan yet, offering winning interest rate incentives and move-in ready homes available today. With 20-plus communities right here in Jacksonville and over 40 across Florida, from Jacksonville to Orlando to Tampa, Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to be. Visit dreamfindershomes.com and move into your dream home today.
The kick is up. It's good!
Field goals for Firehouse Subs are back. That means when the Jags score from deep, you do too. Anytime the Jags score a field goal that's 40 yards or more, you can get a free medium sub with the purchase of any other medium sub online or in the app for 4 days following the game. So cheer on the Jags, watch for the big kicks, and get your buy one, get one free medium sub at participating Firehouse Subs throughout Jacksonville when you use the app. The hottest subs in Duval. See firehousesubs.com for offer terms.
Are you ready for a taste bud touchdown? Well, Jags fans, if you're at the bank and craving a snack that's shell-shockingly good, look no further than Luray Peanut Company's boiled peanuts. Picture this, you in the stands, cheering on your Jaguars, and in one hand, a bag of piping hot boiled peanuts. With original or Cajun to choose from, they're so delicious, you'll wonder where they've been all your life. So grab them while they're hot and get back to the game. And as always, Duval. Luray boiled peanuts, where every nut is a winner.
What's the best part about lawn care during the winter? You can give it a rest. Lawns only need watering up to once a week. Really, that's it. Using less water means you're saving time and money that you can put towards something else. Before you run your sprinklers, remember, give it a rest and only water up to once a week. For more information, visit waterlessflorida.com.
Chelsea here. Ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors before the new year? During Renewal by Anderson's December sales event, buy one, get one 40% off. And with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months, it's never been easier to say yes. Renewal by Anderson's acclaimed impact windows are built for Florida, designed to help you save on energy bills while keeping your home comfortable year-round. Offer ends December 31st. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com. License number CGC 1527613.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Jaguars tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Jaguars.
The upcoming Jaguars-Titans regular season finale presented to you by Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hey! 12 wins, baby. 12 wins. 12. Guys, so proud of you. Those games are never easy, man. Those games are never easy. Going on the road, in the division, all that doesn't matter. You guys just step up and continue to win. Continue to win. That's all that matters, man. Continue to win and find ways to win. That's what it's about.
A little exasperated. How's that feel? But they still got the win. Liam Cohen says he's so proud of everyone. It makes me feel like he's proud of us, too. That's a little small market show, just doing what we can.
Small market.
Getting our 12 wins.
Did you see there were some videos on social media of people in New York, all around the country, Jaguars fans watching the game and talking about being small market. I love how that has, listen, that guy, he speaks Duval. He is the William Shakespeare, the Winston Churchill of Duval. That guy speaks it so well.
Yeah, it's a year ago there was no identity, and now there's a clear identity. It's a remarkable turnaround, and the coolest part is there's a long way to go.
And early on when things weren't going well, when Will Mallory's laying on the ground with the reception for the first down, I thought, boy, I'd hate to miss a post-game locker room speech from him. I've gotten so used to seeing them and enjoyed them so much, I don't want to miss them. I hope they keep coming.
What's funny is, side note, just for those looking ahead, we do the behind-the-scenes show, The Hunt, and when asked about this last week, Liam Cohen in his victory speeches, he said his favorite locker room speech was actually the one that he gave after the loss to the Texans on the road when they blew that lead in the fourth. So I think we might get a little peek at that in the coming weeks. So keep your eyes out for that. But he's such a good motivator in any situation. And it's when you talk about culture, John, we talk about culture. To come in and make it happen without forcing it and just being himself is what makes it so organic and what makes it so cool.
Yeah, it's he's the right guy at the right time in the right era. I mean, he's a coach of this time. Doesn't necessarily coach with fear the way 30 years ago you would. Coaches hard with love. I mean, all of that. And then you've heard players talk about it all year. They play for this guy.
All right, stick with us this week. Our final week of regular season shows. We'll obviously preview the Titans matchup and look a little bit into what these playoff matchups could look like as we look at predictions. But we'll see you back here tomorrow, or Wednesday on Jags A.M.